There you go. All right, thank you all for coming. Tonight we're talking about Medipreneurs membership, but we're also talking about the yes and approach that was mentioned at the end of the summit here a few weeks ago. And that is how we're going to be graciously, or I should say, accepting the gracious offer to have a sub-platform on the healthcare reinvention platform, which will allow us to do everything we're currently doing and so much more. So I first want to assure you that everything that you currently get from Medipreneurs membership and more, because we do have more planned, will continue. We're just going to navigate. We've been on Facebook for quite some time, but a number of you don't really use Facebook anymore. It's sort of kind of fallen out of favor. We tried Slack. That didn't really work. This is an opportunity for us to be on a fresh platform with a lot of new features and opportunities, but also part of something much bigger. So anybody that's in membership for themselves and their own business, we're still going to have a lot of resources for that. But it's also a chance to participate with a lot of other people that want to see healthcare change and improve in positive ways. People that are going to be able to tap into your innovative nature because you are licensed professionals and innovators. And it's going to, I think, just give us a much bigger voice along with other people that have similar desires. And so if we want to be part of something that really drives some change in healthcare, which is so desperately needed, this will give us a much bigger platform on which to do that. So with that in mind, I am so excited to introduce you to Denise Wiseman. If you didn't get a chance to meet her here in Charlotte a few weeks ago. And again, Denise is the chair of Healthcare Reinvention and has offered this amazing opportunity. So tonight we want to unveil it for you, let you see it, let you ask your questions. So Denise, I'll be quiet finally.
Excellent. Well, thank you. I'm so glad to be with you tonight. And I'm going to first kind of talk a little bit about what the Healthcare Reinvention Collaborative, or HRC, much easier to say, what we are, what we're seeking to create. And then I'm going to show you what the platform looks like with your membership and walk you around, give you some insights about that and answer any questions that you might have. So if you don't know, the Healthcare Reinvention Collaborative is a co-created endeavor that I'm a part of. So last July, I reached out to a number of individuals who I had met within my network who were kind of as active as I on LinkedIn in saying, you see what's going on here? Can we do something different? And I had them come into conversations with me. So I invited 20, 13 said yes, and 9 showed, just as we typically find, right? Those 9 stayed with me for 4 conversations, and we had a really good discussion about everybody's unique perspective in regards to what's going on with healthcare. I had purposely invited nurse, a physician, a pharmacist. I'm from a patient experience background, so it was very diverse. And of that, 2 people said, at the end of those 4 meetings, I said, I think we could create something. How about if we move this conversation to action? And 2 of them said yes. One was Bruce Berger, which some of you know. And so they worked with me on creating the foundation. And what we've created thus far, we now have 9 people who are co-creating, because we believe in a very flat hierarchy. We believe that's part of the problem in healthcare is our silos, and hierarchy is part of the silos that we are coming across. So I could go on for an extensive amount about what HRC is, but fundamentally, we're focused around the awareness that healthcare today is fragmented, dysfunctional, toxic, whatever word you want to put out there. The system faces immense challenges, and it impacts all of us, whether we're working within the system or we're seeking care from it. So it's really everybody in the United States is affected by our failing healthcare system. These challenges are frequently discussed on platforms like LinkedIn or other forums, and they're deeply felt by everyone. But what we want to see is how do we collectively come together for action? So HRC aims to connect and spotlight those who are not just aware of the problems, but are passionately committed to reimagining and reinventing healthcare from the ground up. So those who have helped me to create where we're at today with HRC believe that we need that innovators and change agents need to be connected, not superficially, not like, if you look down my LinkedIn, you could see I have 12K followers or connections. You know that I am not truly connected with all of those individuals, right? We think deep, meaningful connections are what are required for us to actually come together, collaborate, and innovate. We believe that the real change that will occur with the healthcare system can only be achieved through collaboration. So that's our why. We're trying to transform the current system of care by coming together in a meaningful way. And our purpose is to create a collaborative network by connecting, amplifying, and supporting the innovators and the change makers. And if you know my tagline on the business, it's make a ruckus that makes a difference. So we're trying to bring together the ruckus makers to reinvent healthcare. And what I often say is HRC is not, we're not going to reinvent healthcare. We're going to enable the innovators and the change agents to reinvent healthcare. So our networking and connecting and creating sub networks and shining a light on organizations like Medipreneurs, that's going to help us to reinvent healthcare. So we've just started the efforts formally into this business structure. And one of the elements is to reinvent or rebrand, I suppose, the platform that I had originally built the PX community on to be the Healthcare Reinvention Collaborative. So when you go in with your access, you're going to see that there's still a little bit of cleanup out there, but I'm offering Michelle early access and to bring all of you in on this platform so that you can help us to create the platform to be what's going to be really strong for everybody else who follows. What you'll see from the space that I'm providing you is you've got the functionality, and as Michelle said, a little bit more than you had in Facebook. So I am going to share with a lot more. Michelle's been in there quite a bit. So I'm going to share with you what it looks like when you access the platform. And then I'm going to walk you through a couple key things and then open up for any questions. As I'm talking, as I'm sharing things, please interrupt me at any point. So Michelle, I'm going to share my screen. I am sharing with the link that everybody will have from the membership profile. And so I'm starting from what you're going to see if you take that URL and you put it into your browser, what you're going to see. So I'm going to walk you through from signing up all the way through. So let me share my.
And I just gave everyone that link if you want to go in and follow.
Perfect. So I've put, what's it showing? Sometimes I have to, it's showing the whole screen. Yep. I want to share just that window so that it's easier to see everything. There we go. Okay.
And while you're doing that, I have to apologize. I've been calling you HCR instead of HRC. So I will correct that.
That's okay. That's okay. Healthcare Reinvention Collaborative. Yes. And you'll see that the URL actually still says the PX Gathering. That's going to change. There'll be a redirect that my husband, the tech genius that he is, will help us to put in there. But when you first come in with that URL, if you put it up here, it's going to ask you to create an account. So I'm going to actually create an account with an email I haven't used yet. All right, so it's going to ask you to click on these items. And of course, you can look and see what those policies look like. And then it's going to ask you to add a profile. Now for you, it should have asked me, yeah, just a sec. So Renardo, I see that, Renarda, I'm so sorry. I see that you just did that, so I'm approving you over here. I don't know why it didn't do that for me, which is really interesting. But you can add a profile picture here. I'm going to say skip. Oh, there we go. There's your request. So now it's going to come. I'm watching on my other screen for that to pop up so I can accept the request. It's taking just a second.
I had to go into my clutter folder to get the accept. It didn't pop into my email, and I thought, well, I'm just going to check and see if it's over there.
Oh, it went to spam?
Yeah. So
Okay. So you
just
might
because
want to,
I'm sure didn't recognize the address and all
yeah,
of that, but I just thought I would mention that.
I appreciate that. That's good to know. I don't know why. I'm refreshing over here and it hasn't popped in that I've asked to come in.
It says
Oh,
welcome.
no, I just found it. So, right, but it's saying I'm still confirming access.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
there, I see it came in. I was looking for Denise. I forgot I signed up with D. Okay. So then when you come in, you're going to come in and you'll land at all of your updates. And this looks very traditional social media like. The nice thing here is this is geared just for you. So there aren't algorithms out here pushing things up that it thinks you want. This is actually the latest updates to any of the spaces that you belong to. You can, over here, if you click on this, you can minimize some of that thread so that you can scroll through a little bit more quickly and identify where you might want to click in. Or you can leave it open like a normal social media thread. Right now you're seeing over here, it looks a little bit busy. We've got, this is some of the cleanup from the PX community. And so I'm just going to minimize those. These are called collections. And when you click the arrow, it opens it up or it minimizes it. But what we're looking at here is you're a member of Metapreneurs. And so when I click into here, this is your space. And Michelle has worked to create this to be set up best for how she thinks it will serve each of you. And so you'll see here, this is tonight's event. So she's got posted at the very top any upcoming events and then any featured posts. She also has, so that's on the Discovery tab. So this is kind of a central location, nice to go to be able to get any of that messaging or upcoming events that Michelle wants you to see. Photos and links. This is a page that Michelle has set up so that she can feature certain items for you. And here's some pictures from the April event, which is lovely to see. And then the feed is where any of those threaded conversations can be posted. And so you can see here that Michelle, using her Medi admin account, had posted an event. And so if I hit continue, it's going to pull up and you can broaden this to full page by clicking the expand over here. And then you can see what was posted here. There's a link to the recording. You can like it. You can chat on this. So you can add some, if you were there, maybe there's something that you want to say about having attended the event. So in the feed, you'll see, you can scroll and see different information that has been shared, different posts, and Michelle has a couple of them out here ready for you already. Events will be here and we are live. So this event was posted for today. So it will show live when there's an active event going on. And then you'll see these other two. Again, these three events are showing in the Discovery. So they're all right here as well. And then members, and excuse me as I have to turn on a fan as I'm hot flashing. Members are showing here so we can see who has come in. And one of the things that I want to show you right now is you'll see on some of the profiles, there's a little snippet of who the individual is. And if you click in, you'll see that there's that highlight that you could see here. And then here's a true about me. And I'm going to show you something that's really valuable here. I love this feature of show similarities. And so because I'm in with my new account, if I hit show similarities, it's going to say there's nothing because I haven't filled out my profile. But if you fill out your profile, it's going to tell you some information there. So to do your profile, you're going to go up to this circle and go to view profile, and we're going to edit. And so here I want to put a picture. So I'm going to add a picture. Let me put this off to the side. You don't need to see all the goggly goop of my various folders. And then it takes me forever because I don't know about you, but I've got too much stuff on my desktop. So grab a picture, and then you can also edit the background. And so here you can again go in and grab whatever type of picture that you might want. And I'm going to X out of that so I don't take your time, but you can add a picture. On my profile, if you look, there's a picture of the beach. That's where I live. But you can put a mini bio here, and that's going to be what shows at the top. So if you want to say, and then put something into your bio. And I should have copied and pasted so I had something there, but you would put something in your bio. And when you then go to do the show similarities, it's going to show. And again, I didn't put enough in there. But if I'm not in, I'm going to pull. See, and this is, I am sharing from just that image. So let me share screen. And so if I go into my real account and I go to members, so I'm in now as myself. And if I click on Michelle, it's now searching for similarities. I didn't have to hit the show similarities, but it's going to tell me what's similar about Michelle and I. So it's looking at our bios and giving us information. So that's a useful way to see if there's individuals out here who might be a really good connection for you.
That's neat. I assume that's AI driven.
That's AI driven. Yeah. And it's a feature they just added, which I'm really appreciative of. Now I have to see which screen. Okay. So again, back in Metapreneurs. So in here, you can add items. So if there's something that you want to share, you can come in here and you can add an announcement or something that you want to share. The nice thing is you can share a photo or a file. You can share a GIF if you'd like to. If you go to expand to article, and it's
Hold on a second. We're looking at the screen of your master access rather than your
oh, thank you so much. That's what happens when you have too many screens, huh? This is
Sorry about my
screen
dog.
2.
Husband yelling in the background.
Are you seeing this one?
Yes, there we go.
Okay. All right. So you can add a quick post out here, or you can expand it to an article. An article, kind of the first time I saw that, I thought, oh, I don't want to write an article. But what going to article means is just that you have more formatting. So, and when you go down here, now you can add embedded, you can put a video, you can have bullets and numbers, but also if you just put in text, you can format this text. And so an article just gives you more functionality to what you're posting. where a quick post is just a quick text. You can't format the text, but you can add a picture. So that's a quick view of the space for metapreneurs, but what's of real value out here is you're part of HRC. And so you have access to the network lobby, which will give you the ability to come to our feed. Oh, that's good to know. I'm sorry. Let me share the other screen and I will correct that. That should be a part of your membership. I should have tested, Michelle. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. What should be part of our membership? Oh, to be able to see more in there?
Access to those spaces within that collection. So
Right.
in the lobby, you have access to these spaces.
Got you.
You will have access to these spaces. I will update that. And so here is everything that's being shared collectively to HRC. So you'll see that we are hosting events in the next few weeks for anyone new to HRC, which would include all of the Metapreneur members. So you can join us for an overview of HRC and ask any questions that you might have. The other thing you'll be able to do is meet anybody else who's an HRC member who's joining the conversation. So I've put into this post the different dates. And if you linked on one of these, you'll come to that event that's posted. And so you can say, well, that's the one I want to attend, and you can RSVP to it. But you can also find those in the events. So it's posted down here. And so those 4 events right now are out here. And so if any of those fit for your calendar, you can RSVP and add them to your calendar. And then Michelle is actually hosting an event, Interprofessional Conversations, that she has shared out to all of HRC. So it's not just for metapreneurs, but Michelle is going to be the host for this. And so that one's out here as well. And you can register for that and then put it on your calendar. But you'll see that we have an upcoming event on June 27th as well for HRC. So these are events just in HRC. You'll see when I go up to all my events, because I'm a member of a number of different spaces, I have a ton of events showing out here. So these are events that are to me. I have RSVP'd to these, and so I'm going to be attending. So for yourself, if you went to all your events right now, you might not see anything listed here because you haven't yet RSVP'd. But once you RSVP to either an event that HRC is hosting or that is in Metapreneurs, when you go up to all your events, you're going to be able to see all of them up there. The other thing that you'll have up here is you have access to all members. So these are all members of HRC, which will include members of Metapreneurs. So if I went to the newest members right now, I'm going to see members of Metapreneurs because you joined today. If I went in here, I could see that Jeff has filled out his bio information. And then once you do, you'll be able to, with your bio information, do the show similarities and see what similarities you might have with Jeff or with somebody else within the network. And then the last thing I want to show you this evening before I ask, well, actually, I want to show you this and then the notifications. But here, there are videos showing for how to navigate this space. So here's a short video showing you about that show similarities functionality. But if you need to change your email or your password, or how do I save a post? Somebody posted something, I don't want to lose it. How do I save that? Different features in this space have very short videos to show you how to use it. And then finally up here, there's the ability to direct message individuals. So you'll see that I direct messaged Amy when she came in. And so you can find people and message them out here. if you go up here and you click the plus sign, then I can go, oops, and find somebody and start a chat. If I get down here. And on a DM thread, you can add up to 9 individuals. So again, if you hit that plus sign, you can click up to 9 individuals to add. So you could be talking with a larger group of individuals in a DM thread. And then with the notifications, you'll see the number there. DMs will do that as well. When you get a message, you'll see a number there. But this is right now, you're going to see that people join the space, and I got those notifications because I'm a host. But if I scroll down, I can see Jeff posted. If you go in and follow your peers and metapreneurs, then as they're doing anything out in the space, the notifications will come to you so you can watch that. There's a lot more out here, but that's a real high level overview. What questions do you have? Okay.
I have one. When you
Yeah.
talk about connecting with people, so now I see we can go to the chat feature and chat with
Mhm.
them. Is there another sort of official, I'm connected to that person?
Yeah. So okay. So you're meaning, am I connected? Am I following somebody?
Maybe that's what I'm, so you
Okay.
can chat with them or be in a group chat with them or
Mhm.
follow them. That's how you sort of get to know the rest of the
That's right.
collaborative.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. So out here, you'll see, making sure what screen am I showing? Okay. So you'll see when you go to all members, and so this is all HRC, which is the big platform which Metapreneurs is part of. Here it automatically goes to explore, and the people that are showing out here, the bigger the circle, the more active they are on the platform. But you can click on near you and find people who are near your locale. You can find those who are the newest, anybody who's online now, you could be looking to see. And then if you're following them, so you can see here that I'm not yet following, but if I click follow, so once you're following somebody, and Michelle, I highly recommend that you follow all of your Metapreneurs people, then you'll be able to see a notification. So when they create a post or respond to something that you've placed out there, you're going to get a notification. Is that what you were meaning?
That is what I was meaning. Yeah.
Okay. And then, of course, in Metapreneurs, we've created the members that is just specific to Metapreneurs. So in here, you can do that same thing. So we can see who from your space is currently on, or the near you, etc.
So does it make sense to everyone when you think about what we've been doing in Facebook, which is we can post events, or I can post events? Well, we can do that in here. And sending out messages, reminders, happy birthdays, whatever. Some of those will be short posts, and then some of those might be articles if I want to give you a little bit more information or you want to share back with us. And one of the things that Denise and I have kind of played with, let's say you just put something amazing on LinkedIn and you want the rest of us to go in and like and comment on it, you can just put that LinkedIn, you know how you in LinkedIn, you can copy the URL to the post. Then you can put that in here. It will be easy for us to click it, to go out, to comment on that post that you have. So we can, I think there are different sorts of messages we can share with each other, and we can learn to use it in a way that really helps us, you know, follow through on the things that we talk about in our masterminds, and keep each other posted and help each other support each other by going out to these posts. That
What's
I want
PX?
to actually, I was gonna read that post tonight. Will you just open that, Denise? Because it was
Mhm.
awesome.
What
Yeah.
is PX? Is that patient experience?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Tom Dahlberg posted this morning, and I've been a big fan. Just reading the very first part with the broken hearts, I think is
Mhm.
impactful of how big is the mess of our healthcare system and how it's going to take all of us working together to come up with solutions. And we're now, by being part of this much broader community who's all interested in figuring out how do we support each other, because we are the ones that want to fix things. And then how do we collaboratively work together? And how many professions are involved in HRC at this?
HRC. I haven't counted them. We have a number of individuals. So we have Keely is a doctor of physical therapy. We have Bruce Berger's out here, so pharmacy, nurses, lots of patient experience professionals, primarily because I started this work 2 years ago, focused on patient experience, and now we're expanding much broader. But Tom Dahlberg's out here, of course. He and I are really good friends, have worked together for a number of years. So there's quite a few different people out here. And we just opened the door to an additional 25, and we're going to open for free access just to the HRC network lobby space. Another 75 will be coming in early June.
Wow. And
Mhm.
Sean Nason, our keynote speaker, and
Mhm.
Denise know each other, and they have collaborated on things in the past. So you've got
He was
some
the very
big,
first member out here.
ooh,
Yep.
you've got some big movers and shakers that are part of this.
We're working on it. Yeah. Zev Newworth, if you follow his books and his podcast, he just joined us. He's been featured a couple times on our recent events. Yeah. So this is just the start. HRC we're starting with this space, this platform where we can connect and talk, but we're starting to create a visualization of the network, which will be very robust. And the nice thing is, early members into HRC will get early access to that next product that we're creating.
So what are you all thinking? You be quiet. Oh, good, Irene. And I know we got to experience it to really be able to comment on it very much. So I do encourage you all to click on that link, create your membership. There are,
I
yeah.
thought I had joined before and I was trying to get in and it's like it's not finding me, so I'm working on that, or if I'm, so I'll figure it out.
Are you waiting for Denise to approve it maybe?
No,
See it in.
I thought I had joined before when I met Denise before, because I had been on an HRC call before, but
Ooh.
I don't know.
Irene, you
I was
joined
like,
our
change my password, but it's like, we'll send you an email, and it's like it hadn't shown up yet. But
you joined our mailing list.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
but not the platform.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just join. Okay, thank you.
Okay. And I will, because I tested it while you were watching, which is good to know. I need to ensure that in the HRC lobby, you also have access to those 3 spaces. I'll get those added to that membership. I didn't realize that didn't happen.
And we're learning as we go. Like
We
you'll
are.
see in the events I created, my pictures weren't right. So Denise and I worked on that earlier. She showed me how to fix it. I just need to fix it.
Yeah.
So I will get that done. And if you have been a Medipreneurs member from way back at the beginning, Amy, there were some things that we had that were in Kartra. And then there's all the choose your own adventure we did the first few years of Medipreneurs. So there's a lot of super content for our members that I will now be gradually bringing over onto this platform, so that rather than different logins and things in different places, will not have everything together. Now, anything that's in our Medipreneur site is just us.
Yes.
So we get everything that we currently have, but then we get the added benefit of accessing things that are on the bigger platform. And over time, there will be other subgroups like us that
Mhm.
you'll be introduced to, and you'll have opportunities to be part of those as well. If that aligns with what you're doing and gives you greater exposure, because that is such a big part of this. We want your influence, the influence of your creativity to be spread more broadly, that
Mm.
our voices, our Medipreneurs' voice will be amplified through the bigger HRC. I'm gonna keep getting it wrong. HRC voice.
You're right.
And then also, as we develop our recipe for referrals, your potential referral network has just grown significantly. And then we'll be introducing our recipe for creating collaborative referral networks to the greater HRC and inviting some of them into our membership if that seems appropriate, if they are entrepreneurs or maybe early in their entrepreneur journey as health professionals. So I see a lot of back and forth movement that just only benefits all of us.
Mhm. Yeah, indeed. HRC, we've had 4 events thus far this year, and we've got quite a few individuals who are joining with us and really interested in what we're wishing to do and how the network of networks will form. So it's really exciting to be able to have Michelle and Metapreneurs in here as an early adopter of the space. And of course, you'll see that the PX community has been moved to be a sub-network in here. And then we have 3 other spaces that we're currently working with others, such as Michelle, who are excited to be a part of this. And Irene, I saw you come in and yay, good,
Right.
good,
That was so easy.
good,
Easy matters. Thank you.
nice. Easy is a good thing.
Denise, am I correct? They're not going to break anything. So if
No.
you just want to play around there a little bit, do a sample post, hey, everybody, glad to be here, whatever, just to kind of experiment in the space, you can do that. And if you don't like it, you can delete it. So
Yeah, you can't harm it. That's the nice thing.
So if I lose the link, and want to get on, is there something I can like Google? Can I Google HRC and get to where I need to get to? Because I'm forever, I guess I'm not organized with links and things like that.
Yeah, Amy, that's a really good question because right now, I will let me think about that because because we're transitioning over from the PX community in the past, if you Google search the PX community, you'd be able to come to the community. We're doing the redirect early June. So I will
Well,
have to
how do
think about that,
people-
Amy, and bring it to you.
Okay, how do people, what do y'all do? Do y'all put the link on the desktop or what's a good way to do this?
I just
I-
sent you a favor.
Somebody
Yeah, I would just favorite it.
favored it? Like made it a favorite?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
then
there
I
should be a
find those-
star up next.
and then
where
I
you
find
got
those
it.
where?
Yeah, there's a star in your internet browser. Just click the star and it'll save it to your favorites.
All right, I'll take your word for that. I'm looking for the star, but
Yeah, I'm seeing. So let me show my screen. So for me, I'm in Firefox, so I have a star right there. And if I Do you see that? If I click that, when it's filled in, that means it's favorited.
Okay.
I don't know what other browsers do. I assume it's similar.
I got the concept. I think I'll figure. And then so there was a QR code that was in the email accepting me. And so I already have an app that, am I supposed to be able to see this from this app? Mighty? Do you-
Mighty is the app. Yes.
Okay,
So, okay. So you got an email from when you signed up. Yes. Okay. Or a QR code when you signed up.
Yeah.
Yes.
so
So
I
there
was like,
is an
oh, well,
app.
that's how I have to do it. So I did that already.
Okay.
And it
Yeah.
looks kind of, I mean, it's there, but it doesn't look as quite like what you were showing when you were sharing everything.
That's right. The desktop does look different. I'm pulling it up right now. And I'm, because I'm member of a variety of different Mighty networks. Here we go. So, oh, it's going to be hard to see, but yes, you can get the
Yeah.
network on here, and then along the bottom, you have, if you've got any of the DMs or if you have notifications, you can select those along the bottom.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm so glad you brought that up, Amy. I forgot to mention that. But one of the nice things is that there is an app. So it's similar to Facebook, how you can access it via an app or your desktop. I tend to be a desktop person myself. I don't do that much from my phone other than texting and calling.
And then my last question, actually, you talking about patient experience, piqued my interest because
Mm.
I've had quite a bit of experience being a patient or being a caregiver
Yeah.
for family. And I served on a board. I got to be on a patient and family advisory board. And I don't feel like I have good ways to keep up with what's happening in the patient experience world. So am I going to be able to do that now through here?
Amy, there is, let me look just a sec. Let me share my screen again and I'm going to show you.
And I'm sorry if I'm going off
No,
topic.
you're
if I'm
great.
taking
That's
time.
good.
I'm glad you're interested. So I'm just trying to share the correct screen. So under the connected networks, when you're in here, you automatically see Metapreneurs. But if you click on connected networks, you're going to be able to see the PX community. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see that in the way it's in my way. But you'll be able to see two other networks and you can request access. So if you click on request access, I'm going to get a notification and I'll let you come in. And this is where everybody who had originally joined me when I was focusing on the PX community are now at. So there's a ton of PX patient experience professionals in here. And we're posting different events specific to this space here as well, events as well as information. So yeah, happy to have you join us if you want to go ahead and request access.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like we did some amazing things through that board, and then there had the organization kind of had a leadership change, and it went by the wayside, and I don't know exactly what I think I can do to keep some of it alive, but you know, maybe I can share some, you know, if I see something, I can share some things that we did through our board.
That would
Yes.
be exceptional. Yes. And likely some of what you share will be interesting to others across HRC as well. Yeah. So I'll be watching.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll be watching what gets posted. And when I think that, Michelle, perhaps you've posted something that I think the full HRC might be interested, I can copy that post and put it out to the broader audience as well.
That's cool.
Mhm.
Oh, Amy, kind of an earlier part of our conversation and now, I think there's a big role for students in all of this as well. Because the earlier in any process that we can start to create change, right? The more likely it's going to be a lasting change. And so across all professions, if we could engage students in all of this, and we got to figure out exactly how makes the best sense. But for them to be aware that all of these innovators are out here and working together and trying to make things better, they don't typically hear that in school. So how do we fix that?
Yeah.
And how do we give them a chance to
Oh.
be engaged in innovative processes from the very, very start?
Mm. Yeah, I think the generations that are coming up now, we have such an opportunity to engage with them.
Yeah. I was just chatting with Sam about that earlier today. He is a pharmacy student who's been engaged in Medipreneurs for the last couple of years and
Mhm.
really interested in being part of future change.
That's good.
Yeah, it'd be great to get students involved.
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
UNM
So,
got I think they got the chapter of the year for, at the APHA meeting.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah. And, it may be a UNM student that is the chairman of the board, but the student, whatever they do, I'm not, sounds terrible, but I don't know that much about APHA. I've always been a member of ASHP.
Me too.
So if we could pilot a school, or, I mean, I don't know what you're thinking, you know, and what Denise would, allow, but I could certainly pitch it to our dean.
Love it. You and I'll talk some more and figure out what makes sense.
mm,
That'd be fantastic. I'm going to kind of wrap us up officially. Nobody has to go anywhere yet, but I'm going to wrap us up officially. And this recording we will send out to all of the Medipreneurs community so that they, if they're not part of the membership, they can come in, and certainly for all of the members to see what we're doing and to navigate this transition with us. And I'll say here officially, we've got a number of members whose membership is due to be re-upped, if you will, in June. I'm going to extend that to August so they all have a chance to come in here, be a part of it, get acquainted with it before they make their decision about renewing their membership. And again, looking for ways to get students and residents engaged in this innovation process, and we will all learn together how to enhance HRC, how HRC will enhance what we're doing and kind of see where that goes over time. So I'm super excited about this.
I'm so glad
All
you
right,
joined us, Michelle, and each of you as well. I look forward to seeing you in there, shining a light on what you're doing.
I'm excited about it too.
Oh, good.
I just feel like I need to play around with it some more.
Mhm.